Sports Network live stream of local sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen.
This presentation of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness, the only gym from Montana for Montana.
Check it out.
MPSN is your leader in Missoula's prep sports.
Woo!
We now take you to the action on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Everybody hustles out there, okay, guys? Nobody quits.
Welcome into the Missoula Prep Sports Network's coverage of the 2018 Northwest Regional Tournament. Chris Stratton for MPSN as we are in the second game of day 2, game number 6, second win or go home game. It's the Missoula Mavericks hosting the Alaska. We'll go ahead and jump into starting lineups on both sides. Starting out with Alaska, since they are the visiting team on today's game. Number 6, Zeb Story, the shortstop, will lead things off. Number 16, Donovan McCurley, the third baseman, will bat second. Batting third will be Michael Cesar. He's the catcher. Number 5, Casey Watts, number 11, is in center field, batting fourth. The pitcher will bat fifth. That's number 32, Robert Cox. Number 22, Owen Mendoza, will bat sixth. He's the second baseman. Holding down first and batting seventh is number 18, Phil Wall. Gabe Story, number 4, the right fielder, will bat eighth, and rounding it out will be number 3, Bryson Ikavari, the right fielder. We now take a look at the Missoula Mavericks, who are the home team on the game. Leading it off will be the veteran, number 2, James Martin. He'll hold down second base. The shortstop, number 10, Brendan Buchanan, will bat second. Batting third is the first baseman, number 7, Dane Frazier. Parker Stevens, the right fielder, will bat fourth. He's got the number 18 on his jersey. Trad Richardson, number 13, the third baseman, will bat fifth. Batting sixth will be Brendan Hill. He's in center field, the number 3 on his jersey. Sam Busey, number 16, is in left field, batting seventh. Batting eighth is a designated hitter, number 6, Bo King. And rounding it out is the catcher, number 9, Clayton Frankie. So that is our lineups for our matchup today. Our umpires, Christ Aldinger behind the plate. First base umpire, Leo Corelli. He is the UIC. Eric Holden at second base and Max Cannon on third. Joe Tompkins is the head coach for Alaska. And Brent Hathaway, the coach for the Mavericks. So we're just a few moments away. We're going to have the Legion Code and the National Anthem. So they'll have the Court of Sportsmanship. We'll let them get the Sportsmanship Code underway. And we'll go ahead and step aside for the National Anthem in just a moment.
Keep a sound soul, a clean mind, and a healthy body. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise.
Alrighty, the National Anthem. We'll be back in just a few moments with first pitch right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times. With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we head to the start of Game 2 on Day 2, Game 6 between Alaska and the host team, Missoula Mavericks, as a ceremonial first pitch has been tossed out and we'll be ready to play ball momentarily. So the teams getting ready for play, and we will have first pitch in just a few moments. Robert Cox on the bump for Robert Cox on the bump for Alaska, and it will be Caden Heydrich for the Missoula Mavericks. Heydrich, the young gun as I call him, for the Mavs. Youngest player at the AA level, both at age and at grade level, junior. There are some A players that have been moved up for the Mavs for this tournament. Drew Stensrud, Bridger Johnson, and Braden Jackensen. And those are the boys. Oh, Brent Demink brought up as well. So some fresh faces down in the dugout for the tournament. They were up at the AA tournament last week as well. Boys we'll probably see at the AA level next year once we take care of tryouts. We get ready to go with Heydrich warming up. Clayton Frankie behind the plate. It'll be Zeb Story, Donovan McCurley, and Michael Cesar to be on the schedule. Our plate umpire, Chris Aldinger, giving us the one pitch signal.
Leading off for Alaska, the shortstop, number 6, Zeb Story.
So Zeb's Story to the plate for Alaska. Last game went a little bit long, so we're behind just by 10 minutes. Heydrich with the first pitch on its way at 110.
First pitch at 110.
First pitch at 110, and it will be a ball to Zeb Story. Story, the shortstop, showing bunt, and it'll slide over the plate for strike one. So Hydro getting back in at 1-1. Going to be a warm one in Missoula today, as we're expecting 100 degrees. Currently, our game time is 88 as we get the outside pitch to ball 2. So Caden Heydrich, the only pitcher to win a game at the AA state tournament for the Mavericks, as this one's going to be hit high over third. Shortstop will come in and put it in the glove, and the first out of the inning is away. We go to Donovan McCurley, the third baseman. So McCurley to settle in. Excuse me. Here's the pitch by Heydrich, and it'll be inside for ball 1. So 1-0 to the third baseman, Alaska. They would play a great one yesterday against Idaho as we get ball 2. And Idaho with the walk-off win, 8-7. Both the first 2 games yesterday were walk-off wins as we get the ball sliding over the plate for strike 1. Michael Cesar in the on-deck circle with 1 out and nobody on. Here's the Heydrich pitch. Swung on, foul back, and we'll be even at 2. Frankie doing a good job at jumping out of the stirrups and chasing it down. So Alaska falling to Mountain View Toros of Idaho, 8-7 yesterday, as I mentioned, a walk-off win at 1 o'clock. And we'll have a full count at 3-2. For the Mavs, it would be a tough one last night against Cheyenne. Cheyenne getting the 5-3 win. Mavs would jump out early, but Cheyenne capping them off. Here's the pitch over the plate, and Hydro will have a strikeout for out number 2. We go to Michael Cesar, the catcher, number 5. 2 down here in the opening half frame. Hayden Heydrich shaking off the first, now nods at the second. Here's the pitch by Hydro. And it'll slide over the plate for strike 1. Hydro, I've been extremely impressed with him all season long as I've covered the Mavericks baseball for the whole season, outside of 3 games, the Medicine Hat trip into Canada. This one's going to be bounced out. Richardson will not be able to get it on the hop. It'll roll into left field, and Alaska will have a runner on with 2 outs.
The center fielder, number 11, Casey Watt.
And they're going to mark that as an error to Richardson. So the hit off the board as the runner reaches off the error. The throw to first on the pickoff. We go to Casey Watts, the center fielder, number 11. Here's the pitch to Watts. He's going to send this one into the gap, and Hill will run up on it. Can't get it in the glove. It'll bounce. The runner from first is around to third. And Alaska will have their first hit of the game with 2 outs. They'll have runners on the corners.
The pitcher, number 32, Robert
And
Cox.
we go to the pitcher, number 32, Robert Cox for Alaska. 2 out, 2 on. Runners at first and third. Frankie will step in front of the plate to signal the field. And Cox will settle in. Alaska returning. They were here last year for the Northwest Regional Tournament and Juneau Post 25 to be more specific, as the first pitch is over the plate for strike one. But Hydro just so impressed with his play this year on the mound, plus at third. He gained a lot of confidence throughout the year. This one's going to be hit, line drive, and Buchanan can't put a glove on it. The runner from first is around the corner on his way to third. The throw is made, and it will not come in time, and Alaska will earn a run to make it 1-0, and they've got runners at first and third with 2 outs. So Cesar coming across for the first run of the game. We go to Owen Mendoza now for Alaska. Here's the Hydro pitch over the plate for strike one. 2 outs, runners at first and third. Mavericks, as I mentioned, coming off the tough loss last night to Cheyenne. The closer games are the hardest ones. The ones that get away, I think, are a little bit easier to cope with, but that's just a personal feeling. Those ones that are just 1 or 2 run games make it tough. Here's the 0-1, and we'll have ball one on the pitch. Phil Wall in the on-deck circle for Alaska. They've got the first baseline dugout, as the Mavericks are the home team at third base. Swung on. This one's going to be foul as it rolls down the third baseline to get us to strike two. 1-2 on the count to the second baseman in Mendoza. Hawaii getting the 6-5 win over Oregon, so Hawaii moves on. Oregon will be the first team out of the tournament. Hydro checks the runner. Now the pitch. Swung on, and the final out of the inning will be a strikeout by Hydro. We go to the bottom of the first, where Missoula looks to even the score, down 1-0. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you checked out the Garden of Eden video of the week at mpsn406.com? Do you have a sweet video of your sports athlete? Did you experience a sports-altering moment or something at a sporting event that wowed the crowd? Go to our homepage at www.mpsn406.com and click on the Contact Us tab at the bottom of the homepage and email us the video. Yours just might go viral. mpsn.com, Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to Allegiance Field at Ogren Park for the 2018 Northwest Regional Tournament. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we head to the bottom of the first inning, where the Missoula Mavericks look to equalize against Alaska, as Alaska put the first run up on the board in the first inning. Robert Cox on the bump for Alaska. And it's James Martin to lead off. It's Martin at the plate, Buchanan in the hole, in the on deck, and Frazier in the hole.
Coaching at first base, Brian Mosier. Coaching at third base in his 28th year, Brent Hathaway.
So they announced the coaches for the Mavericks as James Martin stands at the plate. Infield gathering for Alaska as Robert Cox gets ready for his first pitch of the game. Deep breath by Cox, and the first pitch is on its way. It'll be low for ball one. James Martin, the second baseman, Mr. Veteran, I like to call him. Here's the pitch, and we'll have strike one. Brendan Buchanan in the on-deck circle. Martin actually has one of his coaches here recruiting as we go outside for ball 2. Martin goes to the Miles Community College in Miles City, Montana. They have the Pioneers, the baseball program. Swung on. Martin's going to send this one in the gap. It's high and deep, and it's over the center fielder's head. Martin on his way to second, and he'll stand up, and the Mavericks will have Martin hit a double to start things off.
The shortstop, number 10, Brendan Buchanan.
So the double takes us to the catcher, number 10, Brendan Buchanan. Here's Cox with the pitch to Buchanan. Buchanan's going to have this one in the air, and the fielders can't get to it. Martin will head to third, and the Mavs with back-to-back hits to put runners on the corners with no outs. Now we go to Dane Frazier, the first baseman, number 7. No outs, runners on the corners for the Mavericks. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and Martin's going to send this one high, shallow, right field. It's in the glove. Martin tagged at third, but decided to come back and hold there, and there's one out on the board for the Mavericks here in the bottom of the first. The pop out to right field will take us to Parker Stevens, the right fielder. Good to see Parker back in the lineup as he had a little time away with a shoulder injury. It's been a injury-filled season for the Mavericks this year, mostly to their coaching staff. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and this one's going to be foul down the third base line for strike 1. Parker Stevens, part of that pitching staff, and with the shoulder injury, has not seen time. He did come back, his first game back, full game, as he did come in for a little bit in Rapid City, but his first full game back, he would get a win on the pitcher's mound. Pitch on the way, and will be over the plate for strike 2. That one looked like it was way outside on the right-handed batter, but hey, Krista Aldinger's down there with the mask on calling balls and strikes. I just have a microphone. Here's Cox with the pitch, and Stevens patiently lets it go by for ball 1. Trad Richardson stands in the on-deck circle with one out and runners on the corners. Here's the 1-2. And we'll get ball 2. Notably, though, Parker Stevens is the only Maverick to hit one out of the park. Did that against Great Falls the second weekend of the season. Here's the 2-2 by Cox. Foul back, and Stevens will stay alive. As I mentioned when James Martin was at the plate, scouts in the building, Miles Community College, as well as University of Mary, they've been in here as well. University of Mary has a Maverick in Andy Brooks, as this one's fouled back up over the first base line. Lands about 8 rows up, and Stevens will stay alive at 2-2. But the University of Mary, the Monarchs, they were at the AA tournament last week for Montana. They've got a new coach over there. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, and Parker will get a piece of it. Stays alive at 2-2. Cox with a deep breath. And the pitch swung on, and this one's going to be foul. Brent Hathaway, the manager for the Mavericks, down the third base line, has to get out of the way as that one was a shot off the bat. Brent Hathaway, the manager for the Mavericks in his 28th season, stands at third base. The 2-2. And Stevens will be struck out. The runner's going to go to second, and there's the tag, and that's 2 down. And that's the side. So Buchanan gets caught stealing, and one left on as James Martin was still there. And we go to the top of the second. Alaska ahead 1-0. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is proud sponsors on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton at Allegiance Field at Ogren Park for the 2018 Northwest Regional Tournament. Top of the second inning where Alaska leads the host team Missoula Mavericks 1-0. Bottom of the order for Alaska, Phil Wall, the first baseman, to lead off the 7, 8, 9 batters on the schedule. Caden Heydrich on the bump for Missoula. Wall steps in, and Heydrich ready for the first pitch. It's on its way, and this one's going to roll. Frazier gets to it. He'll throw it to Heydrich. Heydrich will win the race to the bag, and that's out number 1. So we go to Gabe Story, the right fielder, number 4. And this is how the first inning started out for Alaska, as they would go down 2 on the outs, and then that's when they put up their run. Here's the pitch. This one's going to roll, and Buchanan can't get to it. Busey goes to a knee, and Alaska will have a runner at first off the grounder to left field.
Left fielder number 3, Bryson Echeverry.
We go very quickly now to Bryson Echeverry with 1 out and 1 on. Echeverry settling in, bottom of the order for Alaska. Here's the pitch, and this one's going to find the hole in left once again, and runners at first and second for Alaska with 1 out.
Number 6, Zeb Story.
That swings us to the top of the order to Zeb Story, the shortstop. Heydrich looking in, gets the pitch from Frankie. Now we'll look at the pitcher, or the runner at second. Pitch comes in over the plate for strike 1. Donovan McCurley in the on-deck circle with 1 out and runners at first and second. Hydro checks the runner at second. Now the pitch. Runner's going to go. This one's going to be hit foul down the third base line into the bullpen, and that's out. Strike 2. So 0-2 on the count with 1 out. Here's the Hydro pitch. Swung on. This one's going to roll. Buchanan with the toss to second. The tag. The throw to first is high, but there they say runner at first is safe. Reaching off the fielder's choice, and that'll put runners on the corners with 2 outs.
Number 16, Donovan McCurley.
So now we go to the third baseman, Donovan McCurley. McCurley to settle in. He was struck out his first at bat. Here's Hydro with the pitch, and it's going to be up top for ball 1. This Alaska group last year, post 25, was here as well, and they did a great job. Fun group to be around, as this one's fouled off to get us even at 1. I don't recognize too many of the names from last year. I did keep my book from last year, so I'll have to take a look. And now Hathaway will stroll out to the mound for a visit with Hydro. This is our second game on the day, the second win or go home game, as Hathaway checks in with his pitcher. Happy to announce new sponsor on board, Paradise Falls, with the Missoula Prep Sports Network. They're going to be on for the year, so really excited about having Paradise Falls on. They're a great group, as well as Tip Coburn and Associates. So 2 sponsors coming on board this week, and very excited. So 1-1 on the count to McCurley with 1 out or 2 outs and runners on the corners. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Runner at first is going to go. They'll go to second on the pickoff, and the runner at first is now at second. And they're going to say balk, and that'll bring the runner home from third, and it makes it 2-0 Alaska. Hydro wants the pitch, and now Frankie will get it into him. And that one will come off the helmet of McCurley. And Alaska will have runners at first and second now.
Number 5, Michael Cesar.
We go to Michael Cesar, the catcher. Cesar to come in, and Hydro wants a new ball, so Aldinger will oblige. And they'll toss it back out. Cesar looks down the line, but no signal from the third baseman. And the pitch will come in for strike 1. Runners at first and second step away. And the pitch will get ball 1. So 1-1 on the count. Casey Watts in the on-deck circle for Alaska. 2 outs, 2 on. 1 run earned here in the top of the second. Here's the pitch, and we'll get ball 2. But Heydrich has been fun to watch this year. Young guy. I call him the young gun, but a little bit shy on the mound to start out with, and then halfway through the season, as this one's going to roll, bounces into right field. They'll go ahead and bring the runner around from second on his way home, and Alaska will add another run on as the throw to third is made, and they punch out the runner at third. Nice job by Trad Richardson to have the catch and tag on the same motion. Alaska will earn 2 runs. They'll leave 1, and we go to the bottom of the second with Alaska leading 3-0. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Advertising on the web can be intimidating. Where do you start? What is the most effective way to reach the audience you are targeting? Milk Crate Media can help you reach your audience, whether it is social media marketing or creating a unique commercial for streaming or for radio advertising. Milk Crate Media can help you build a new website or rebuild your existing website that will bring users back again and again. Visit www.mcratemedia.com today. Milk Crate Media is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports in Missoula and the surrounding valley.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Bottom of the second inning. Alaska leads Missoula Mavericks 3-0. Middle of the order. Third baseman, number 13, Trad Richardson to lead off. It's the 5, 6, 7 batters for the Mavericks. Robert Cox on the hill for Alaska. And Trad's going to roll this one out. Third baseman's going to lose it in the glove as he tried to get up, and Trad Richardson's going to reach for the Mavericks.
The center fielder, number 3, Brendan Hill.
And they're going to mark that one as a hit. So now we go to Brendan Hill, the center fielder, number 3. Hill to settle in. And Cox with a deep breath in the pitch. And we'll have ball 1 to Hill. Hill, a accomplished pitcher for the Mavericks. Really a great all-around athlete. Hanging in center field for today's game. Here's the pitch. And we'll have a ball. Richardson's going to make his way to second. The throw will be made, but not in time. And we go 2-0 on the count. That's going to go ahead and bring the catcher out. Cesar hands the ball right to his pitcher. And Cox will get ready. Beautiful day here in Missoula. We do have smoke haze rolling in, but outside of that, it's been a very beautiful blue sky. Here's the pitch, and Hill will swing for strike 1. 2-1 on the count to Brendan Hill with Sam Busey in the on-deck circle. Trad Richardson at second with no outs. Here's the 2-1. And Hill will have this one come back into him for strike 2. Right into that ankle. And that's a tough one, folks. That ball coming off the bat and right back into the ankle. He'll walk it off, and Sam Busey will bring a ball out for Aldinger, trying to keep him restocked. You know, Kalispell had a pretty great thing for their ball return to the umpires. They've got a little tube behind the plate where you can slide the baseballs in, and the umpires just pull a nail and pull the balls out. Makes it easy for the balls to be the foul balls that are up over out of play to get back into play. Here's the pitch, and we will have Richardson come to third on the wild pitch, and we go full at 3-2. So 3-2 to the center fielder. Trad Richardson at third, reaching off the error and taking second and third on the wild pitch on each one. Here's the pitch by Cox, and that's going to walk the batter. It'll get away from the catcher, but Richardson will stay at third, and with no outs, the Mavericks will have runners on the corners. First walk of the game for Alaska, first walk of the game for either side, and that's going to go ahead and bring out the pitching coach as we get ready for Sam Busey. So Cox in two batters has gotten behind. Busey getting ready, and the conference on the mound has been broken up. So now we get ready for Sam Busey, the left fielder. No outs and runners on the corners. Hill at first and Richardson at third. Cox now with the pitch. Swung on, and Busey is going to find himself on. Richardson's going to come home. Hill on the gun around to third, and he'll come in just in time. The Mavericks are on the board, 1-0 or 3-1 off the Busey line drive. So we come to Bo King, the designated hitter, number 6. No outs, runners at second and third. Busey at second and Hill at third. The pitch, and we'll get ball one. Here's the pitch by Cox, and we'll have ball 2 to King. Bo King, a multi-sport athlete, football player, wrestler, and obviously baseball. Here's the pitch, swung on, and the foul tip will get us strike 1. Cox trying to control where that ball is coming off of the bat, but the Missoula batters right now, as Cox does want a new ball. Our 4 o'clock game will be on the winner's side of the bracket. Washington hosting Montana Champ. This one's going to be hopped out, and it's not in the glove. Hill's going to come home from third, and the Mavericks will earn another run to make it 3-2, Alaska. So a run earned with Hill at third, and this is going to be a change on the bump as Missoula's come back in. So we'll go ahead and step aside for just a moment while, well, is that what's going on? Looked like the pitcher was making a change. Yeah, it looks like Cox is going to be heading into the outfield. So a new pitcher on his way. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week.
With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times. With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Welcome back to the bottom of the second inning where Alaska's made a change on the bump. Robert Cox is now in right field and Gabe Story on the bump for Alaska. The first batter that Story will see is the catcher, number 9, Clayton Frankie. Alaska playing without the DH today. And this pitch is straight up in the air. Second baseman will come into the pitcher's mound. It's on the fringe, in the glove, and that's one down. So the Mavericks will have one out now. Off the pop shot, brought in by the second baseman. We swing to the top of the order now to James Martin. Runners on the corners with one out for the Mavericks. Here's the pitch, and it'll be in the dirt. King's going to go ahead and take second as Busey stays at third, and will be 1-0 on the count with one out. Here's Martin. He's going to send this one just about the same line as his last one went. Busey's going to come home from third. That ties it up at 3, and the Mavericks continue to earn runs here in the bottom of the second.
Number 10, Brendan Buchanan.
We go to the shortstop, Brendan Buchanan. And the Mavericks hold on to the runners on the corners. King at third and Frankie at first. Here's Buchanan. The first pitch to Buchanan is going to be over the plate for strike one. Oh, 1 on the count to the cannon. And we'll go outside to even us at 1. Buchanan with a line drive into center field to get himself on his first at bat. Here's the pitch. Upstairs for ball 2. Buchanan coming in at the end of the 2017 season with a third of the season left. Swung on. This one is high into center field. Center fielder will put it in the glove. King will tag at third. The throw home is made, but not in time. And with 2 outs now, the Mavericks lead 4-3 off the sac fly.
Number 7, Dane Frazier.
So we come to Dane Frazier, the first baseman. 2 outs and a runner at first. Mavericks with 4 runs in the bottom of the second. Here's the pitch by Story. Nope, Story is going to step off the rubber. Here's the pitch. And that one was close to getting a tag on Frazier, and we'll have ball one. Frazier with a pop out to right field, his first at bat. Here's the pitch, and we'll have ball two. Four o'clock game. We'll have Washington and the Montana champs, the Royals, as the pitch will slide over the plate for strike one. 7 o'clock, we'll have Idaho and Wyoming. The pitch. This one's going to roll out. Third baseman will get it on the hop. The throw to first will be on target, and that's the side. So the Mavericks earn 4, leave 1, and they lead 4-3. We'll be back with the top of the third right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Advertising on the web can be intimidating. Where do you start? What is the most effective way to reach the audience you are targeting? Milk Crate Media can help you reach your audience, whether it is social media marketing or creating a unique commercial for streaming or for radio advertising. Milk Crate Media can help you build a new website or rebuild your existing website that will bring users back again and again. Visit www.mcratemedia.com today. Milk Crate Media is a proud sponsor of prep sports in Missoula and the surrounding valley.
Welcome back to Allegiance Field at Ogren Park. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we are in. So Bridger Johnson coming in to play right field for the Mavericks.
Number 11, Casey Watt.
And Caden Heydrich on the bump for the Mavs, and we go to Casey Watts, the center fielder. Here's the hydro pitch, and this one's going to be sent into right field to test the young man, and that one is over the fence. So Alaska will get back into it, tying it at 4 off the single shot home run over the right field wall. And that'll take us to Robert Cox. The Mavs fans didn't think that the runner touched the plate at home. So Robert Cox, the right fielder, at the plate now. And the bullpen busy for Alaska down the first base line. Here's Hydro with the pitch, and it's going to come in low for a ball. Couldn't see the angle whether Watts did touch home plate or not. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one's down the first base line. Frazier will pick it up. He'll win the race to the bag, and that's one down. We now go to Owen Mendoza, the second baseman, with one out, nobody on. And Mendoza is going to head up and retrieve the ball as it got away from the bullpen. Can't see the number on the man in the pen, but we'll find out. Here's the pitch. It'll be inside for ball one to Mendoza. Mendoza struck out his last at bat. He'd be the final out of the second inning. Tied at 4 in the top of the third. Here's the pitch. And we'll get ball 2. Looks like a single digit out there in the bullpen. Number 1. Don't have a number 1 on the sheet, so we'll have to wait for an announcement as we get ball 3. Brock McCormick possibly, as we'll get a walk. Puts a runner at first for the Mavericks. And running back in is the man that was in the pen. That's number 4. So Gabe Story just warming up. We go to Phil Wall, the first baseman, and Story running back from the bullpen because he's in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch to Frankie, Frankie for the Mavericks, scooping it up. Wall, a grounder to the first baseman. His first at bat. Hydro now with the 1-0. Runner's going to go. This one's going to be hit to the third baseman. Picked up. The throw to first will be made on target. And that will be out number 2. Runner from first advances to second.
Number 4, Gabe Story.
And now we go to Gabe Story, the pitcher. Tied at 4 off the home run shot by Casey Watts here in the top of the third. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one's going to take a ride into left field. It'll hop in front of Busey. They'll hold the runner up at third. And with 2 outs, Alaska will bring up Bryson Echeverry. Bottom of the order for Alaska. Frankie steps in front of the plate to signal the field with runners on the corners and 2 outs. Hydro. And the pitch is inside for ball 1. Chanting coming down from the first base line, I think. And this one will be popped up. Hydro will pick it up. The throw to first is there, and that's the side. So Alaska will get 2 on. They'll leave them there, and we go to the bottom of the third with a run earned, tying it at 4. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
The Northwest.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we go to the bottom of the third, tied at 4 between Alaska and the host team, Missoula Mavericks. It's win or go home for today's game, and the Mavericks warming up a pitcher. I believe that's Parker. Is Brent? And at the plate, Bridger Johnson, now batting for Parker Stevens. We're batting in Parker Stevens' spot. Here's the pitch, and Bridger's going to send this one deep into left field, and it won't get in the left fielder's glove. Johnson is around first at second. And the Mavericks in business with a runner at second to lead off the bottom of the third. Nice line drive for the young man into left field, and we go to Trad Richardson. No outs. Mavericks lead off with a hit in this and the second inning. Johnson taking a lead out at second, and Richardson's going to foul this one back for strike one. So Richardson, 1 for 1 with a run. Here's the pitch. Bunt showing, and Richardson's going to lay it down the third base line, foul for strike two. Trad is going to have a busy fall. Finishes up baseball, and then he's been working on kicking field goals for the Frenchtown Bronx High School football program. He will also play soccer for the Frenchtown soccer program as we get ball one. So he's going to have a busy fall. And football coaches love having soccer players come in and kick for them. Here's the pitch, and we're outside to even up at 2. Brendan Hill in the on-deck circle with no outs and a runner at second. Gabe Story on the bump, and his pitch will get us to ball 3, so a full count to the third baseman. And there is action in the Alaska bullpen again. Here's the pitch by Story. Throw to second, and Trad will be walked. Put runners at first and second.
Number 3, Brendan Hill.
And no outs. We go to Brendan Hill, the center fielder. Hill looks down the third base line and gets the signal from Hathaway. Johnson takes a lead at second. And Hill with the first pitch. It's going to be fouled up in the air, caught in the glove. The throw down the first base line, and Richardson gets back safe. We have out number 1 on the pop out on the bunt.
Number 16, Sam Busey.
So with 1 down, we go to the left fielder, Sam Busey. Busey connecting his last at bat with a double and an RBI. He's 1 for 1 with a run and an RBI as we get strike 1 to the Buse. The pitch comes in low, evens us out at 1. So the Billings Royals now in the complex. They have the 4 o'clock game against Washington. Busey's going to pop this one up into center field. It's high and shallow. Center fielder looks for it in the big blue sky. It's in the glove. Runners hold, and that's out number 2.
Number 6, Bo King.
We go to the designated hitter, Bo King, now with 2 out and 2 on. And it looks like Brendan Hill warming up in the bullpen down the third base line. Alaska done with their bullpen as we get ball 1 to King. Bo 1 for 1 with a run and an RBI. Here's the pitch, and it'll find itself over the plate to even out at 1. Clayton Frankie in the on-deck circle. with 1 out and 1 on. Pitch comes in across the chest to get us ball 2. 2-1 to King. Runners at first and second. The pitch by Story, and this one's going to have a nice little hop out. They're going to go ahead and bring the runner around from second on his way to third. The throw home is made, but not in time. And Bridger Johnson, as the throw is made, and they'll punch him out at third. The run does count, and the Mavericks take a 1-run lead over Alaska, 5-4. 1 left on means we go to the bottom of the third, or top of the fourth. Alaska 4, Mavericks 5. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community. Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Top of the fourth inning, where the Missoula Mavericks lead Alaska 5-4. Caden Heydrich on the hill for the Mavericks. And it is the top of the order for Alaska.
Number 6, Zeb Story.
With Zeb Story, the shortstop, to lead off the inning. Next game is at 4. Washington and Montana. Here's the first pitch of the inning by Heydrich. And it'll come inside on the left-handed batter for ball 1. For Zeb Story, reached off a fielder's choice his last at bat. Popped out his first. 2-0 on the count to Story. And we'll have strike 1 from Hydro. 2-1 on the count with Donovan McCurley in the on-deck circle. This one's going to be hit out. Martin will pick it up in the dirt, the throw to first, and that will be out number 1. So the Mavericks have been able to get the batter out in all but the last inning as Casey Watts stepped to the plate and hit a homer to lead it off. We go to Donovan McCurley, the third baseman now. Here's the Hydro pitch. Swung on, and this one's going to be a line drive right into Johnson's glove in right field.
Number 5, Mike.
And we've got 2 down. We go to Michael Caesar, the catcher. Cesar will take a moment as Hydro climbs up on the bump. Puts his right foot on the rubber, and the pitch is on its way. Swung on, and this one's a line drive. No, Buchanan cannot hold it into the glove, and the runner's going to reach. That should be a Mavericks error.
Number 11, Casey.
And That's exactly what they're going to do, is charge that as an error to the Mavericks. So we go to Casey Watts, the home run hitter. He would bang one over the ball, his last at bat. With 1 on and 2 outs, Hydro with the stretch. And we'll have ball 1. The runner at first, dancing around out there, but safely comes back to first. So Watts is 2 for 2 with a run. Likes right field, as both of them have come to the right field, as we'll have ball 2. And this one was way outside. Frankie standing up, settles back in now. Runner at first steps away. Hydro will watch him. Here's the 2-0. We'll get ball 3, and this time the throw down the line to first, but the runner dives back in, and we have ball 3. Robert Cox in the on-deck circle with 2 outs for Alaska. Win or go home. Mavericks ahead 5-4. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, and the batter will be walked to put runners at first and second with 2 outs. That's the second walk of the game for Hydro. We now move to Robert Cox, the right fielder. Hydro with a deep breath, and the pitch on the way, and it'll be outside of the plate for ball 1. We did see Brendan Hill warming up in the bullpen in the last half inning. He's in center field. Highly accomplished pitcher for the Mavericks is Hill. Here's the pitch, and we'll get ball 2. Hydro struggling against the left-handed batter, trying to find the outside of the plate on the last 2 left-handed batters, and Aldinger with a tight zone keeping him away. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and that'll be strike 1. So 2-1 now to the right fielder. Cox will settle in. He is 1 for 2. This one's going to be hit into center field, and Hill will come up, secures it in the glove, and that's the side. So Alaska gets 2 on. They don't do anything with it, and we go to the bottom of the 4th with Mavs holding on 5-4. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hockey Wolf and the Cross Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for hockey and lacrosse needs. Maybe you want to set your hockey Garden of Reading has a large stock of books, gifts, music, toys, and more. Stop into Sacred Grounds for their full-service coffee bar featuring Missoula's best gourmet coffee. While you're there, pick up a pound of Garden of Reading's award-winning fudge and get a half-pound for free. Garden of Reading is Missoula's home for the best dietary supplement, Define 8. Garden of Reading is located at 2621 Brook Street. Garden of Reading is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN.
Now playing left field. Number 7, Brock McCormick.
So Alaska bringing Brock McCormick in to play in left field in place of Bryson Echeverry. And it is Gabe Story on the hill for Alaska, and the catcher, number 9, Clayton Frankie, at the plate. So it's 9-1-2 scheduled on the inning for the Mavericks. And Frankie ready to go.
I know, that's my
Here's the pitch, and Frankie showing bunt. It'll be outside for ball one. So Frankie 0 for 1. He's been a great catcher for the Mavericks this year. Done a good job. Had some big shoes to fill. This one's going to be bounced to the third baseman. Picked up on the hop. The throw to first is on target. And we'll have one down here in the bottom of the fourth. We swing to the top of the order now to James Martin, the second baseman. So Martin now, as the Mavericks have a young man warming up in the bullpen. It looks like Brendan Hill. Here's the pitch, and Martin will let it go by for ball one. Mavericks lead 5-4, bottom of the fourth. Leadoff batter, or one out, nobody on. So used to James being the leadoff batter, just thinking, hey, he's the leadoff batter, but we go 2-0 on the count. Sun's starting to get into that tough spot. Just barely make out the board in center field. Here's the 2-0. And now we catch the plate. Gabe Story with strike one to Martin. Martin is 2 for 2 with an RBI. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This was when he popped up high over shortstop. Shortstop holding his glove over his head to see where it's at in the sun, and he'll put it in there for out number 2.
Number 10, Brendan Buchanan.
That takes us to the shortstop, number 10, Brendan Buchanan. So 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of 4. Mavericks with a 5-4 lead over Alaska. Win or go home. Here's the pitch. And we'll be outside on the right-handed batter for ball one. The Billings Royals are in the batter's box down the third baseline. They're getting ready for the 4 o'clock game against Washington. Washington getting the walk-off win over Oregon yesterday. Oregon, the first team out as we get ball 2. Two outs, nobody on. Pitch on the way, and Buchanan's going to pop this one up into center field. It's high. Center fielder gets it in the shallow, and that's the side. So 1, 2, 3 for the Mavericks. We go to the top of the 5th with Missoula holding on 5-4. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome to the top of the 5th inning, where the Missoula Mavericks, the host team for the 2018 Northwest Regional Tournament, lead the Alaska champs 5-4. And leading off for Alaska,
Number 22, Owen Mendoza.
middle of the order, kind of bottom, number 22, Owen Mendoza, the 6-hole batter, 6, 7, and 8. Second baseman comes to the plate with Caden Heydrich on the bump. We did see Brendan Hill warming up in the pen in the last half inning. So there's a possibility we might see him appear here shortly. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and that one's right at Hydro. He has to play some defense, and it rolls into center field to put a runner on for Alaska. That one came off the bat right at Heydrich, and he did the best he could to get out of the way. We go to Phil Wall, the first baseman, with one on and no outs. Wall will settle in. He pitched yesterday. And the throw to first. Getting warm here in the mid-afternoon. Supposed to hit 100 today. Brought a fan in, and I've really been enjoying it. Here's the pitch, and this one's going to be reached for, fouled off for strike one to Wall. For Phil Wall, he is 0 for 2. Yesterday, Wall would go 3 for 4 with a run and 2 RBIs. Time is called. Aldinger holding, not quite sure what we're holding for, and now Hydro is ready. He'll check the runner at first, and here's the 0-1. Over the plate for strike two. And I'll tell you what, folks, I have been just impressed with Hydro's work this year. Coming in as the youngest guy, having a lot to show, and he's done a good job. This one's reached for. Martin will pick it up. Here's the throw to second for the leadoff. The throw to first is not in time, and the fielder's choice will get out number one. The leadoff man is gone.
Number 4, Gabe Story.
So we come to Gabe Story, who is on the bump for the Mavericks. And here's Hydro. Story showing bunt. He's going to pull it back, and we'll have ball one. Brock McCormick in the on-deck circle for Alaska. Here's the pitch, and this one's going to tag the batter. Puts runners at first and second with one out. And that'll be the second batter that Hydro has hit. We come to Brock McCormick, the bottom of the order. This is McCormick's first at bat. He is hanging out in left field. Here's the pitch. He's going to hit this one, and the second base umpire's got to get out of the way. The runner's going to go ahead and hold at third, and with one out, that loads the bases up for Alaska.
Number 6, Zeb Story.
We come to Zeb Story with one out now, top of the order for Alaska. And Hathaway comes out of the dugout, and he calls for Hill in center. That'll send Bo King out there, and it looks like Hydro is going to be done for the day as Hill runs in. So we'll have a new pitcher on the bump for the Mavericks as Hydro gets an ovation on his way out. We'll be back in 90 seconds on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week.
With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times. With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network, as we are in the top of the 5th inning where the Missoula Mavericks have made a change on the bump as Brendan Hill has come in from center field. Cajun Heydrich is done, and the DH is gone as Bo King goes to center field. Zeb Story at the plate with 1 out and runners at first or loaded bases, I apologize, for Alaska. Here's the pitch, and Hill will have it upstairs for ball 1. For Heydrich, it'd be 4 1/3 innings, struck out 2, walked 2. Allowed 4 runs off of 9 hits, 61 total pitches, 36 of which slid over the plate, and we'll have strike 1. So an even count at 1 for Story with Hill coming in. And the throw to third to hold the runner. That's Owen Mendoza playing games out there at third. Here's Hill with the pitch, and it's upstairs for ball 2. Zeb Story, 0 for 3. Reached off of fielder's choice, though, his second at bat. Donovan McCurley in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch by Hill, and that'll catch the plate to even us out at 2. And Hill was the pitcher I thought we would see on the docket today for the Mavericks. Usually their order is Chalmers, Hill, and then Hydro. But it's tournament time, and Hathaway just stirring things up as we get a full count at 3-2. Here's the pitch by Hill. Swung on, and it's going to be fouled off into the bathrooms on the third base line, and Story will stay alive at 3-2. With 1 out on the board, Mavericks looking for a grounder to turn a double play, and this one's going to be sent into right field, and the catch, tag at third, the run home as the throw is made off target. And that one will get away from Frankie. Runners at first and second will advance to second and third, and Alaska ties it up off the sac fly with 2 outs.
Number 16, Donovan McCurley.
So Donovan McCurley comes to the plate, tied at 5, top of the 5th. McCurley to settle in with runners at second and third with 2 outs. Here's the Hill pitch. And we'll have ball 1. McCurley, 0 for 2, was hit by a pitch his second at bat. Struck out his first. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one will be fouled off off the first base line into the picnic area for strike one. Michael Cesar in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch by Hill, and we'll get ball two. Frankie doing a good job of keeping that in front of him. All catchers so far, what I've seen on the tournament, have played very well. Probably the one that's played the best, though, is the young man from Hawaii, Keo. And we'll get 3-1 now to McCurley. Hill climbs back up onto the rubber. Runners at second and third with a lead. 2 outs on the board. And the 3-1 pitch by Hill. And we'll get a walk to reload the bases. And the runner at third will be tagged, and that's the out. So they get the walk, but the runner will be held, and 2 left on for Alaska. We go to the bottom of the 5th with it tied at 5. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Chris Stratton for MPSN as we are in the bottom of the 5th inning, tied at 5. This has been a back and forth game. Both games so far today have been back and forth. Hawaii, though, moving on in the first game with Oregon being the first one to head home. Mavericks and Alaska trying to avoid the same situation. At the bottom of the 5th, we have the 3, 4, 5 batters up for the Mavericks. Dane Frazier at the plate. Bridger Johnson goes to the on-deck, and Terad Richardson
Number 7, Dane Frazier.
in the hole. Frazier steps up. Gabe Story on the bump for Alaska. Here's the pitch, and it'll be upstairs. For ball 1. The pitch. And we'll have ball 2 as that one gets away from the catcher, Caesar. So 2-0 on the count, pitch on the way, and this one's going to be sent into left field, and Dane Frazier will find himself at first to start the inning. And we go to Bridger Johnson. So Dane Frazier finding himself on, first time on the game. Johnson looks down the third base line to get the signal. And Story with the pitch. Johnson showing bunt, pulls it back, and we'll have ball 1. Tied at 5, bottom of 5. Here's the pitch by Story. Bunt showing outside down the line, and Frazier's back in time. We'll have 2-0 on the count. Trad Richardson in the on-deck circle with no outs. And the ball will get away. Frazier's going to go to second. And Dane Frazier getting the base. We go 3-0 on the count now to Bridger Johnson. Bridger Johnson, one of the A-level players, moving up to the AA at the end of the season and getting a little time here. And Alaska, the catcher, Cesar, calling everybody to back up, and the infield backs up, and this is upstairs, and they'll go ahead and walk Johnson to put runners at first and second.
Number 13, Trad Richardson.
That's the second walk for Story. And we come to Trad Richardson. Richardson's going to lay the bunt down. It's picked up. The throw to third is in time. They get the leadoff batter on the fielder's choice for out number 1. So Frazier is gone on the bases. We come to Brendan Hill now, the pitcher. And Hill can swing the bat very well. 1 out. Pitch is low. And we'll have ball 1. Runners at first and second. Hold. Sam Busey in the on-deck circle with 1 out and runners at first and second. For Hill, 0 for 1 with a walk and a run. This one's fouled back into the catcher. Gets a strike 1. 1-1 on the count. Bottom of 5. Scheduled for 7. This one feels like maybe it might stretch out for bonus baseball. These two teams have been slugging it out. Nobody wants to go home. Here's the pitch. And that one's going to tag Hill in the thigh. And the Mavericks will have loaded bases with 1 out. And that's going to bring out the coach for Alaska. And that is it for Gabe Story. So they're bringing the center fielder in. We'll have a new pitcher on the mound before we see Sam Busey. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week.
With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times. With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Welcome back to MPSN as the new man on the mound for Alaska is Casey Watts. So the center fielder sliding. Let me get that right. Watts, the center fielder, sliding to the mound. Robert Cox goes to center, and Gabe Story is now in right field. Leading off, or the first batter that Watts will face, is Sam Busey. Loaded bases with one out for the Mavericks. Bottom of 5, tied at 5. Here's the pitch outside for ball 1. For Gabe Story, it was a total of 3 innings. Walked 2, struck 1, allowed 3 runs off of 1 hit, and this one's going to be popped up in the air. Shortstop says he's got it, but the center fielder will come in. Runner at third will not tag on the throw, and that's 2 down now here in the bottom of the 5th.
The center fielder, number 6, Bo King.
We come to the center fielder now, Bo King. Working our way to the bottom of the order for the Mavericks. Here's the pitch. Up high for ball 1. Bo King, 2 for 2 with a run and an RBI. And Watts will step off the bump now. Loaded bases for the Mavericks. 2 outs. Here's the pitch to King, and we'll have strike 1. And the Mav fans not agreeing with Aldinger's call on the strike pitch. That one came with a gnarly curve. Couldn't see what the end of it was, and King will swing for strike 2. 1-2 on the count to the center fielder, as we have a fire engine behind the field. So King to settle in. 1-2 on the count. Here's the pitch, and it's floated in there for ball 2. King showing some patience. Clayton Frankie in the on-deck circle with 2 outs for the Mavericks. Here's the 2-2 by Watts, and we'll get a full count. So a full count with loaded bases, a walk, earns a run, a strikeout, retires the side. And it'll be a walk, so that'll bring the runner home from third, and the Mavericks retake the lead 6-5 on the walk. Bases stay loaded.
Number 9, Clayton Frankie.
And Clayton Frankie coming to the plate now. So the catcher will have loaded bases with 2 outs. Pitches upstairs for ball 1. Frankie is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. Upstairs for ball 2. Watts with the pitch, and we'll have strike 1 now to Frankie. Casey Watts, a lefty. Those boys are valuable. Here's the pitch, and we'll have 3-1 to Frankie now. And we'll get a walk to bring home a runner from third. And the Mavs lead 7-5 now off the walk. And we swing to the top of the order to James Martin. And that will send Cesar out to the bump to check in with Watts. Loaded bases with 2 outs for the Mavericks here in the bottom of the 5th. And Martin's going to head up the third base line and get some instruction from his coach, Brent Hathaway. Martin had some good things to say about his coach when I talked to him earlier this week. Says that everything that he's learned in baseball has come from the teaching of Brent Hathaway. His hard work and determination, part of that. Here's the pitch, and it'll slide over the plate for strike 1 to Martin. Martin 2 for 3 with an RBI. Here's Watts with the pitch, and we'll get ball 1. Martin patient on the mound, and it looks like number 30 is out there for Alaska. Olin Rawson. And this one's going to be sent into center field. Center fielder will get it on the dive, and that's the sides. The Mavericks earn 2. They leave 3. And we go to the top of the 6th. Mavericks leading 7. Alaska 5. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you checked out the Garden of Eden video of the week at MPSN406.com? Do you have a sweet video of your sports athlete? Did you experience a sports-altering moment or something at a sporting event that wowed the crowd? Go to our homepage at www.mpsn406.com and click on the Contact Us tab at the bottom of the homepage and email us the video. Yours just might go viral. NPSN.com, Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we are in the top of the 6th inning. Win or go home. And right now the Mavericks are on top of Alaska 7-5. Oregon was the first team sent home today on the tournament as they fell in a close one to Hawaii 6-5. That one went back and forth through the middle of the game. Innings 2 through 5 was just a run slugfest, as it would be a run back and forth in each inning from each side. So we come to Michael Cesar, the catcher, to lead things off for Alaska. 3, 4, 5 batters as Brendan Hill stands on the bump. Here's the first pitch by Hill, and it's off the toes of Frankie for ball 1. Casey Watts in the on-deck circle for Alaska. Here's the Hill pitch, and it's going to be low to get us ball 2. For Cesar, he's 1 for 3. Actually, he's 0 for 3. Reached off errors. Has a run on his belt, and Hill will slide over the plate for strike 1. So 2-1 on the count. As the bullpen getting some work down the third base line by Alaska. The pitch by Hill. And we'll get ball 3. The pitch. And Hill will walk the first batter on the inning. Puts a runner at first.
Number 11, Casey Watts.
And that's the first walk for Hill. We go to Casey Watts now, who is the pitcher. Watts is 2 for 2 with a run and a walk. One of his 2 hits was a home run over the right field wall. So with no outs and a runner at first, here's Hill to Watts. And Watts will swing for strike one. Robert Cox goes to the on-deck circle. And when Watts faced Hydro in the last at-bat, good job by Frankie to hold on to that one as it got away from Hill. And we go even at one. But they would pitch around Watts last time he was at the plate. Here's the 1-1. Swung on. It does get contact. We'll go to strike two. So 1-2 on the count. The pitcher warming up in the pen is done as they head back to the third baseline dugout for Alaska. 1-2 on the count. Hill with the check at first and the pitch. Swung on. It'll foul back into Frankie. We stay at 1-2 on the count. Next game is at 4 o'clock. That will be the Montana champions versus Washington, as this one's foul back. Stays at 1-2 on the count. Robert Cox in the on-deck circle for Alaska with a runner at first and no outs. Runner steps away from first in Cesar, who reached off the walk, and will be upstairs for 2-2. Here's the pitch. And we'll have ball three. So a full count for Casey Watts. Aldinger has had a pretty tight zone all day long. Both sides pitchers, as a back-to-back walks puts runners at first and second for Alaska. We go to Robert Cox now, with no outs and runners at first and second. Uncharacteristic for Hill to walk back-to-back batters. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one's going to have a line drive into left field. The runner's going to go ahead and come around second on his way home to third. The throw is made, and it will not be in time. And Hawaii will add a run off the line drive into left field. And it's now 7-6 Alaska with no outs. We go to Owen Mendoza, the second baseman, with runners on the corners. Actually, runners at first and second. Either way, Frankie's going to step in front of the plate and signal the field. Hill with the stretch. Swung on, and we're fouled back for strike one. Mendoza at the plate puts Phil Wall in the on-deck circle with no outs. Hill leans in to get the pitch from Frankie. Stares down the batter, checks the runner at second, and the pitch. Bunt showing, and will be upstairs for ball one. For Mendoza, 1 for 2 with a walk and a run. He had a line drive his last at bat. Here's the 1-1 by Hill. And Hill actually steps off the rubber to get the runner back at second. That's a fun game within the game to watch. Is the second baseman or the runner at second and the pitcher staring each other down. Here's the bunt showing, and we'll get ball two. Here's the 2-1. And we'll get ball 3. So Hill trying to put it away here. Now the pitch. And Hill will walk the first 3 batters on the inning to load the bases up. And we go to Phil Wall, and here comes Hathaway out of the third baseline dugout. Phil Wall will be the next batter up as Hathaway strolls out to the bump. Frankie's already out there, and James Martin has come in to be part of the conference as well. And Hathaway wants the ball, hands it over to Martin. So we'll have a new pitcher with loaded bases and no outs right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week.
With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times. With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Welcome back to the top of the 6th inning here at Allegiance Field at Ogren Park. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network, as the Mavericks have made an internal change with James Martin going to the bump and Brendan Hill done on the hill. Bottom of the order, 7, 8, but 9 batters, with Phil Wall the first batter that James Martin will face. James has kind of become the closing pitcher for the Mavericks this year. So we come to Phil Hall, and can you slide the camera over to the left just a little bit so we get some of third? We're not going to be able to get all of third, but go ahead and slide it back to the right just a little bit more so we get more of first base. There's more action that happens at first, but we were over there just a little bit too far. And Martin's first pitch will be a strike to Phil Wall. Loaded bases with no outs. Here's the pitch, and this one's going to be down the right field line. It will be fair, and it's going to hop just inside the line. Runner from third is home. Runner from second is around the corner of third on his way. The runner from first is around the corner making his way home, and Alaska will earn 3 runs off the double to take a 9-7 lead over the Mavericks.
Number 4, Gabe Story.
So that brings in Watts, Cox, and Mendoza, and we go to Gabe Story, still with no outs. Here's the pitch, swung on for strike 1. And it looks like Juneau is sending Olin Rawson back to the bullpen. Nope, it's number 11. That would be Casey Watts. Here's the pitch over the plate for strike 2. So the Mavericks searching for the first out of the inning, as 4 runs have been earned here in the top of the 6th. Billings Royals enjoying the shade, as the batter will be pegged by Martin to put runners at first and second now.
Number 7, Brock McCormick.
We go to Brock McCormick now. And McCormick will let it go by for ball 1. McCormick 1 for 1. Here's the pitch. He'll hit this one foul to get strike 1. So top of 6, and this one is drug out a little bit as Alaska's found their bat. And they've earned 4 runs here on the top of the 6th. They lead 9-7. James Martin on the bump. 2-1 on the count. No outs and runners at first and second. Here's the pitch. Cross the toes, and we'll get 3-1. Pitching has been a soft spot for the Mavericks this year. Started out with an injury to their ace, Drew Leonard, who ended up having surgery on both hips, as Martin will drop it over the plate to get a full count at 3-2. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and the batter will stay alive, as that one's going to go between the legs of the umpire. Martin trying to pick off the first out of the inning. And the pitch. Swung on, foul back, and McCormick will stay alive. Zeb Story in the on-deck circle. Runners at first and second, no outs for Alaska. Here's the James Martin pitch. Swung on, and that one's going to foul back into the backstop. And McCormick continues to battle. He came in for Bryson Echeverry. Echeverry went 1 for 1 with a run, but they put McCormick over and left. Here's the 3-2, and this one's popped straight up in the air, and Martin says he's got it. Looks for it, puts it in the glove, and we've got 1 out on the inning. Swings us to the top of the order to Zeb Story.
Number 6, Zeb Story.
So Story steps in, and the left-handed batter will have runners at first and second with 1 out. And Thomas Martin warming up in the bullpen for the Mavericks down the third base line as we get ball 1. Aldinger with a very tight zone on this one, on this game, and it's been something that both sides have struggled with. This one's batted out. It's going to roll past the shortstop. Busey will pick it up in left, and that will reload the bases with 1 out. we go to Donovan McClurley.
Number 16, Donovan McCurley.
So McCurley looks down the third base line, gets the signal, and he'll step in with loaded bases and 1 out. And both Thomas Martin and look like maybe Parker Stevens out there pitching or warming up in the bullpen. As we get the pitch. To go 1-0. This one's going to be hit into right field, and Johnson is there. The tag at third. The throw is made home, and it's a zinger. Frankie's got it, and the tag will not be made. And Alaska will make it 10-7 off the sac fly with runners on the corners.
Number 5, Michael Cesar.
2 outs. And we go to Michael Cesar, who started the inning off. He would be the first one that Hill would walk. Hill walking 2 of the first 3 batters he saw. Walked the 3 of the first 4 batters he saw before Hathaway pulled him out. And this one's going to be a throw to second and not in time. And Alaska will have runners at second and third now. Still in the top of the 6th. Alaska with 5 runs to make it 10-7. James Martin just trying to get out of the side. The pitch. And we'll have ball 1. The Billings Royals, Montana champs, and Washington waiting patiently in the shadows for this one to get over with. They have the 4 o'clock game. And the pitch fouled into the backstop down the first base line and will be even at 1. For Cesar, who started the inning, he's 0 for 3 with 2 runs and a walk. He would be walked to start the 6th inning. Here's the pitch by Martin. And Frankie holding on to it as we go to ball 2. 2-1 on the count. Martin getting the pitch from Frankie. And he unloads it. This one's going to be rolled out into right field. Runner from third will score. Runner from second's around the corner, and the single as Frankie gets the tag. They punch him out. So that's the side. 1 run was earned by Alaska. The second one, no. And we go to the bottom of the 6th with Alaska 11, the Mavericks 7. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey days at 1/3 size indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Welcome to the bottom of the 6th inning, where the Missoula Mavericks are down to Alaska 11-7. It's the top of the order 2-3-4 batters scheduled. Brendan Buchanan to lead off the inning. Dane Frazier in the on deck, and Bridger Johnson going to the hole. Casey Watts on the bump for Alaska.
Number 10, Brendan Buchanan.
They're going to try to keep this away from Missoula. We have the Billings Royals, and who are the Montana champs, and Washington waiting in the wings. Next game is scheduled for 4. Our last game stretched out. We got a 10-minute late start time, as this one will be over the plate to Buchanan for strike 1. Buchanan, 1 for 3. And that pitch is way outside for ball 1, so even on the count. Dane Frazier in the on-deck circle. Here's the 1-1, and Buchanan will foul it off for strike 2. Watts with the stretch, and we go outside to even the count at 2. Dane Frazier in the on deck. Here's the pitch by Watts, and we'll have a full count to the shortstop. Chris Aldinger, our umpire, gives us the count, and Buchanan will be walked to start the inning. Puts a runner at first for the Mavericks. That's how things started out for Alaska in the top of the 6th. Let's see if the Mavericks can feed off their momentum. Dane Frazier now. Pitch to Frazier, and it's going to slide over the plate for strike 1. Frazier 1 for 3 with a run. Singled his last at bat. Throw to first, and Buchanan will stand back up over there. Bridger Johnson in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. And Frazier will... They said he didn't go, so we'll have ball 1. Frazier, part of that banged up Maverick bullpen, as this one's going to tag Frazier. Or did it? No, it did not. Runner makes his way to second. And we now go 2-1 to the first baseman. Thought that one got Frazier. Here's the pitch. Outside, and we get 3-1. Here's the pitch. And Frazier will be walked to put runners at first and second now. For the Mavericks. And that'll bring the pitching coach out with back-to-back walks. Looks like Alaska wants to kind of close this one up, so a quick conference on the mound as the entire infield will come in. So we have a 4 o'clock game. That will be Washington hosting Montana. The nightcap is at 7 o'clock. That is Wyoming hosting Idaho. And the visit, short and sweet.
Number 15, Bridger Johnson.
So we come to Bridger Johnson now with 2 on and no outs. Here's the pitch, and it's outside for ball 1 to Johnson. This one slides over the plate to go even at 1. Johnson is 1 for 1 with a walk. One of the young men from the A squad that was moved up for the tournament. Here's a swing for strike 2. Johnson showing up, his first at bat. And we get a balk. Moves the runners to second and third with no outs. So now Johnson has a chance. Here's the pitch. And we'll go outside for ball 1. Bridger being patient. I believe we're at 2-2, and that's exactly where we're at. I'm behind on the count. Trad Richardson in the on deck. Pitch on the way, and we'll have a full count at 3-2 to the right fielder. Here's the pitch by Watts, and this one will be bounced over Watts' head. The second baseman will come up. The throw will not be made, and the Mavericks earn a run off of Buchanan coming home. And the ground ball brings in Buchanan.
13, Trad Richardson.
We go to Trad Richardson now. The third baseman. No outs. And we come to Trad Richardson with runners on the corners. Mavericks mounting a comeback. Here's the pitch by Watts. And we'll have ball 1. Brendan Hill in the on deck. Actually, they've got another young man there, number 21. Drew Stensrud, as we'll get strike 1. Throw to first, and Johnson will dive in. And Hathaway putting another one of the A-player bring-ups in Stensrud. Here's the pitch, and this one Trad's going to hit. And the right fielder with a great grab for out number 2. That'll bring Frazier home. And the sac fly will bring in a run, so the Mavericks make it 11-9.
For the Mavericks, batting for Hill. Number 21, Drew Stensrud.
So we go to Drew Stensrud with 2 outs and a runner at first. Stensrud, his first at bat. He's got one of my favorite numbers for the Mavericks on his back right now in number 21. Here's the pitch, and we'll be outside for ball 1. Sam Busey in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch, and we'll get ball 2. So Stensrud's first at-bat as a Maverick Double-A player. He's been at the A level all season long, and we get one to slide over the plate for strike 1. So we're looking to see what Stensrud's got in the end of his bat. The pitch, and we'll have 3-1 now. Two hours and 9 minutes into the game. Here's the pitch. And Stensrud will have a full count at 3-2. 2 outs. 1 out. Runners at first. Here's the pitch. And that one will be bounced forward. They're going to say fair. Picked up by the catcher. The throw to first is on target, and that is out number 2. Runner at first advances to second. And there's 2 out on the board. We now come to Sam Busey, the left fielder. Here's the pitch. And Busey will let it go by for ball 1. So the Mavericks earning 2 runs. And a balk call again against Watts. That'll move the runner to third. That's the second one on the inning. So the Mavericks with a threat at third. Here's the pitch. And we'll go to ball 2. Winner moves on. They'll join Hawaii. Here's the pitch. They won't play Hawaii as we have strike 1 to Busey. But they will be the second team to move on in the winner go home battles today. Busey 1 for 3 with a run and an RBI. And we'll have 3-1 now. Bo King in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. 2 outs and a runner at third. Here's the Watts pitch. And the Busey will be walked to put runners at first and third. And that's the third walk. No. That is the 5th walk for Watts. And they're going to go ahead and change out the pitcher. So we'll have a new pitcher on the bump for Alaska. Mavericks 11, Alaska 9, or Mavericks 9, Alaska 11. We'll be back right after this.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week.
With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times. With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Welcome back to MPSN as Zeb Story now on the bump for Alaska. A few internal changes made, and the first batter he'll face is Bo King as he slides over the plate for strike 1. King will watch it go by. Runners on the corners for the Mavericks and Bridger Johnson at third and Sam Busey at first. Busey reaching off the walk and Johnson off a single. Alaska leads 11-9. Here's the 0-1, and we'll get strike 2. Oh, 2 now on the count. Here's the pitch, and we'll get ball 1. Runners on the corners, hold. Clayton Frankie in the on-deck circle with 2 outs and runners on the corners for the Mavericks. The pitch. Outside, evens us out at 2. So we've got the next game at 4. We're in the bottom of the 6th. It's going to be Montana, and this one's going to roll, picked up by the second baseman. The throw to first is on target, and that's the side. So the Mavericks earn 2. They leave 2, and we go back to the top of the 7th. Alaska 11, Mavs 9. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Advertising on the web can be intimidating. Where do you start? What is the most effective way to reach the audience you are targeting? Milk Crate Media can help you reach your audience, whether it is social media marketing or creating a unique commercial for streaming or for radio advertising. Milk Crate Media can help you build a new website or rebuild your existing website that will bring users back again and again. Visit www.mcratemedia.com today. Milk Crate Media is a proud sponsor of prep sports in Missoula and the surrounding valley.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Top of the 7th inning, where Alaska leads the host team, Missoula Mavericks, 11-9, and the Mavericks have brought in Thomas Martin to pitch. So James Martin done, and Thomas on the bump now. So for James, 2/3 of an inning, 1 batter hit, 5 runs earned off of 3 hits, 4 hits, 22 pitches, 16 of them finding their way across the plate. And we start out with Casey Watts for Alaska. James Martin back at second. Bo King still in center, so Brendan Hill done on the game, and the first pitch will be a strike by Thomas Martin. Thomas Martin, the younger brother of James Martin, senior at Sentinel High School here in Missoula. Here's the pitch, and we'll get ball 1. So Watts, 2 for 2 with 2 runs, 2 walks, and he's got a home run. We get ball 2. Robert Cox in the on-deck circle. Pitch on the way, and this one's going to be fouled off to get a strike 2. Here's the pitch. Outside, and we'll have a full count at 3-2. Here's the pitch. And Thomas will walk the first batter of the inning to put a runner on for Alaska. So now we come to Robert Cox. Left-hander. Settling in. The pitch. That one's going to be just outside for ball 1, and both sides struggling with Chris Aldinger's strike zone today. That one will get over the plate for strike 1. For Robert Cox, he is 2 for 4 with a run and 2 RBIs. Runner stands at first with no outs, and we'll go outside for ball 2. 2-1 on the count. Deep breath by Martin on the bump. And the pitch. Runner's going to go. This was going to be hit right at Martin. It'll hop on second base. Runner from first is around the corner at second, on his way to third. And with no outs, Alaska will have runners on the corner.
Number 22, Owen Mendoza.
And we go to Owen Mendoza now. Frankie steps in front of the plate to signal the field. Runners at first and third step away from the bag. Thomas Martin now with the pitch. And we'll have ball one to Mendoza. Mendoza, he is 1 for 2 with 2 runs and 2 walks. Here's the pitch. Bunt laid down. It's going to roll back, and they say foul to get a strike one. So the runners at the bases will head back. The Royals from Billings awaiting to take on Washington as we pitch. The pitch comes in for ball two. Washington fans waiting patiently. Runner's going to go. This one's going to be right at Martin. He looks to second, nobody there, so the throw to first, and that'll be out number one. Runners at second and third now with 1 out.
Number 18, Phil Wall.
We go to Phil Wall. Wall pitched yesterday against Idaho. Here's the pitch by Martin, and it's inside for ball one. Gabe Story in the on-deck circle with runners at second and third and 1 out for Alaska. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one will hop up over the backstop for strike one. And we go 1-1. For Wall, he's 1 for 4 with 3 RBIs. His last at-bat was a double that would clear the bases. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one's down the third base line. They'll throw to first, and that'll be out number 2. The throw to second is in time. The tag, they say safe. And there is 2 down now. That'll take us to Gabe Story with 2 outs. Story 2 for 2 and has been hit twice off the pitch. He'll let it ride by for ball one. Thomas Martin for the Mavericks on the bump. Runners at second and third, 2 outs on the board now. Here's the pitch. Swung on. This one's going to take a ride down the left field line, and you can't get any smoother than that. Runners from second and third are on their way home. And that will be a stand-up double with 2 RBIs. With 2 outs. Brings home Watts and Cox, and we go to the bottom of the order to Brock McCormick. So 2 down. And this one will kiss the third base line. The throw to first is on target, and that's the side. So Alaska gets 2 runs. They leave 1 on, and we go to the bottom of the 7th. All or nothing for the Mavericks. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we go to the bottom of the 7th where the Mavericks are looking to earn 4 runs to stave off the opportunity or the possibility of being done on the tournament. It is Clayton Frankie, the catcher, to start things off for the Mavericks. So it's 9-1-2. Zeb Story on the bump for Alaska. Oregon has already been eliminated from the tournament by Hawaii in the 10 o'clock game this morning. We have Montana and Washington coming up next. Here's the pitch, and we'll have a low one for a ball. For Frankie, he's 1 for 2 with a walk. Here's the pitch, and we'll get strike 1. James Martin in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch, and we'll come inside for ball 2. And we go 3-1 now to the catcher for the Mavericks, Zeb Story. We've seen both the Stories today, Gabe and Zeb on the mound, and Frankie will send this one straight up in the air. First baseman will put it in the glove, and that is 1 down.
Number 2, James Martin.
We go to James Martin now, top of the order for the Mavericks, with 1 out and nobody on. Mavericks need 4 runs to tie it, 5 for the win. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. For Martin, he is 2 for 4 with an RBI. A single and a double. Here's the pitch. And Story will find the plate for strike 1. So Martin on the 1-1. Brendan Buchanan in the on-deck circle with 1 out and nobody on. The pitch. And we'll get strike 2 to Martin. Martin was on the bump for a little while, but he's back at his second base spot. Mavericks finish up with this game while Martin will prepare for his collegiate season this fall. We go even at 2. Got to meet his college coach last week at the Miles City hosting the A tournament. Jeff Brabant, nice man. Outside for a full count at 3-2 to Martin. Even picked myself up a little Miles Community College Pioneers gear, and Martin will put this one up high over the pitcher. Pitcher's going to come in, and it's in the glove, and that is out number 2.
Number 10, Brendan Buchanan.
So we go to Brendan Buchanan, the shortstop, with 2 outs and nobody on. Mavericks staring down elimination. They would make it to the championship game last year for the Northwest Regional Tournament, as Buchanan's first pitch will be a strike. Here's the 0-1, and Buchanan's going to send this one. Shortstop will pick it up on the hop. The throw to first is not on target. Buchanan will reach off the error as the throw is not on target. And Alaska will have their error on the game. So now we go to Dane Frazier with 2 outs and 1 on. The first baseman. Frazier settles in, and here's the Zeb Story pitch. Outside for a ball. And we go even, or no, we get ball 2 with 2 outs. So the winner of this game will move on. They'll face the loser of the 4 o'clock game between Washington and Montana. Slides over the plate for strike 1. Bridger Johnson in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. And the pitch is low. Gives us 3-1 on the count to Frazier. Frazier's 1 for 3 with a walk and a run. And he's going to hit this one right into the glove of the shortstop, and that is game, folks. So the Mavericks will be done on the tournament. Alaska will move on in the tournament. 2 hours and 32 minutes on the game as we get set to go to finish this one out. So Alaska, 13 runs off of 15 hits, 1 error, and 7 left behind. For the Mavericks, it's 9 runs off of 9 hits, 2 errors, and 9 left behind. So Oregon and the host team Mavericks are done on the tournament. We'll have the next game up in about 30 minutes, folks. We'll talk to you then. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you shortly.
Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of Missoula Sports.
What a rush!
MPSN's coverage of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness.
Always, always, always.
Tune in next time when the Missoula Prep Sports Network has coverage of your local sports heroes.
Well, goodbye.